Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to look at a couple of plays from the Packers' loss to the Falcons. We're going to call this the almost series. This is look at two plays. The first one is going to be that was almost an interception by Jordan Love, and the second one is that was almost a really cool play. So this is going to be the almost interception by AJ Terrell, which is going to be up over here. Packers kind of doing this little weird sugar huddle thing. He kind of calls the line back together. He's shifting guys around. They go from a 2-by-2 look to trips out of 11. You're 3rd and 8, trying to get the call right. Lions communicating. Falcons showing a lot of pressure up front. You got 6 guys on the line there. Love, you watch this and you say, Love throws directly to AJ Terrell. That is AJ Terrell on Malik Heath over on that side. So the question that stems from this that you see is, why did Jordan Love throw a one-on-one ball to Malik Heath? He's ISO'd against AJ Terrell in press, I might add, if we run this back a little bit. Why did Jordan Love throw this? It seems like that's not necessarily a predetermined throw, but why is that the place he decided to throw? So that's the question we are attempting to answer today. And it's honestly a pretty interesting one. I think maybe you will as well. I don't know. So let's look at this again. 11 personnel with your 11 being the running back, A.J. Dillon, and Luke Musgrave as your tight end. So you've got trips to this side with Musgrave as the 3, Reed as the 2, and I believe that's Toure as the 1. And you've got the man in question over here, Malik Heath, ISO'd against A.J. Terrell. Impressed. We'll take a look at the coverage here. You're starting out of a 2 deep shell. Looks like cover 2, probably, the way those guys are spread and the way they're doing. And the Falcons are showing pressure up front. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys at the line. They're only going to bring 4 of those guys. 3 from this side. I think they're going to do bang, 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 and then they're also going to bring slot pressure there, and that's a terrible arrow. We're gonna talk about the slot pressure and kind of how that factors in a little bit. And then this guy here, they're going to drop off the line. Now that makes sense, or that works, because what the Packers are running, and what the factors and what Jordan Love is looking at, they're running this kind of follow concept over here. You got, and Reed, we're going to talk about. I don't know why I circled him there. You got this kind of slant glance, whatever you want to call it, from Musgrave, who's running off an uncovered look, because 0 is showing a rush there. So he's uncovered. So that's where Love is looking. Love is looking at Musgrave right there. I'm doing my different colors. Not confuse us a little bit. There we go. Maybe that confuses things more. I don't know. Look at him for the 1 because he is uncovered. The way you typically read this, these follow stuff. So we would say would be 1, 2, and 3. I don't know why I circled him. This is very strange. And so the way you would typically read this, again, so we'll say, let's go ahead and place this guy. And I think it's going to be him coming off the line. Fall off the line, pick him up. So you say, if the defender is staying with the 1, if he's staying with your primary read, that means you've got room behind you. This guy, you need to work inside. You need to get inside position, push in, and then get there. Because if the defender runs with the 1, you've got space for the 2. So he runs, throw it to the 2. If he stays in place, passes that off. If he stays, first of all, if he stays in place and he's looking back at the 2, so if this guy now is looking back at the 2, you can throw the 1. You've got space there. You don't have the 2 because he's falling back in the 2. This is all going to make sense, and it's all part of kind of the thought process that goes on here, even if my drawings got a little muddled there. The fact that this guy's dropping off the line, I think it's him that's dropping off the line, is going to muddy things a little, as is the pressure look up front. Now, I mentioned they're only bringing 4 up front. They are bringing slot blitz here as well, and they're dropping a guy off the line. And this is where things get complicated. One of the places where things get complicated. It's a pretty sweet blitz, and we'll look at it from the other side as well. So Love's initial look is to Musgrave, who again is the 1. He's getting picked up by a linebacker. Now this is where, if there's not a blitz on, I think this goes slightly differently, because you would wait. I would imagine Love would kind of wait this out, slow play this a little bit, go through the read a little bit more. As it is with this guy running out from the line at this angle here, you don't know what he's going to do as far as coverage. He could be picking up the 1 as far as like this split second look. He could be picking up the 1. He could be getting to a spot, passing off to the safety and falling back under the 2. If that's the case, if he falls back under the 2, then that means your 1's gone when you wait it out, if the safety then breaks down on that. And then this guy comes over here as your 2 read. Now you're working back to 3. Now you can see, ideal world, that's what you would like to do. However, since you have blitz coming and your clock is sped up a little bit, you don't want to go 1 to 2 to 3 because you do have to slow play this a little bit. You have to see what this guy's doing because if he's staying in place, you can hit the 2. If he's not, then you have to wait to hit the 2 to hit the 3. You're now working to your third progression when you're feeling pressure from the 6-man line. Even if guys are breaking, I don't know if he sees the slot blitz. Either way, clock is sped up. He probably is thinking, I don't have time to get to 3. I've got the 1, and if this is clean, I'm throwing the 1. If not, I got to work back to ISO because the picture gets muddied other than that. That's what the thought process probably is. I say that because he only looks at the linebacker. We'll see this from the other side. He only looks at the linebacker. The other thing here, and we'll take this back a bit. I don't want to harp too much on some of this stuff, but it is something as far as like learning experience, what we may expect to see from some of this going forward. Again, glance route there. He's going to pick this up. Now we know that this guy here is coming on slot blitz. He disguises it well. He comes late. He goes slot blitz. Safety cheats down to pick this up. Reed, Love might not see that the slot blitz is coming, but Reed certainly can because he's right over Reed. Reed takes this route right into the belly of the defender. By the time he cuts, he's given the defender, he has basically given the defender the recovery for himself. What he needs to do as soon as that's a slot blitz, take that hot. Instead of running up, you just kind of glance that in, you look back at the quarterback, you're giving the quarterback a target. You're glancing back, you're running the sucker hot as soon as you see slot blitz. Again, it does not matter here because Love only looks at linebacker and then he's like, I got to go somewhere else with this. This is too messy already. But this is something almost guarantee you when I look at this on tape, they're telling Reed, you need to look hot. Love, if you see the slot blitz, if you see the slot pressure coming, look for Reed hot because we'll run this forward to see what this does for Reed. I mean, he is open for a little bit if he takes that hot read. As it is, he runs himself into coverage. He breaks here. Safety doesn't have to do much. Safety's breaking down a little bit. And again, the ball's already out. Love's getting ready to throw the ball anyway. It doesn't matter here. But in the future, instead of you now look at that, see how he runs this. Safety takes a couple steps down. He's breaking. He's right there. He's covered now. Now imagine how different this is if as a safety, he's got the same movement. He's walking down there. If Reed just bends that hot and looks back, you've got a little more room to work with. You're good to go. So that's something that going forward as this team grows, we will probably see. That's just a little weirdness here, which again, Love doesn't see, so it ultimately doesn't matter. So one more from the wide view. You got what Love is looking at. We'll see it from the other side. Run this glance. Linebacker's coming. That's his read. Love's looking at the linebacker, sees him dropping, knows there's pressure, moves backside ISO. You can say he still shouldn't have thrown a Malik Heath against AJ Terrell, and like that's a pretty good case. It's hard to say anyone on the Packers roster right now. I like these Packers wide receivers, like that man on man against AJ Terrell. I feel good about that matchup. That's tough because AJ Terrell is a very good player, but again, you can say whatever you want about that. He gets away with some pass interference there. I think he gets a tug. Terrell was doing that all day, and hey man, if they're not calling it, you can't go ahead and keep doing it. He gives a little tug to Heath there, and Love throws it right in his gut. So again, as far as the decision to do that, you can agree, disagree, whatever. But I'm hoping this provides a little more context in terms of what he's looking at. Again, we'll just look at it from this angle. We've got Musgrave on. You can see it very well here because he's coming from this angle. He's going to just release there, and then this guy here is going to pick him up. And we'll see it's the very briefest of glances. You see Love's eyes where they're going. He's looking ahead of time. He's looking straight down. It's tough because he got the spider cam in the way. He's looking right down the middle of the field. He sees that linebacker bailing to pick up Musgrave. He knows he doesn't have Musgrave. That's out. And again, with clock sped up, he says, I can't mess with the read because if I mess with the read, I'm probably sacked. Let's just go ahead and get this out to the ISO. Again, kind of throws that blind because he just kind of sets and throws and doesn't do anything. Maybe he can extend the play a little bit more. If you want to say he can work that progression, again, that's dicey because of the pressure coming in, all that stuff. You want to look at the pressure because it is kind of fun. Again, you're dropping. You've got whatever 6 guys up front. You're going to bring him off the edge. He's going to drop. I think he's coming off the edge. These guys twist up front, and you got a slot pressure coming. The Packers ran something like this, I'd be losing my mind, man. This is the kind of stuff, for whatever you say about him, Pettin would dial up. That was really, really cool. So you've got this twist. This is the guy who would end up getting pressure because then, Newman against Newman comes out to pick up the slot pressure. There's no pressure there. They do a good job of picking that up. But again, Love's clock is sped up, and he throws it what appears to be right in the belly of AJ Terrell. Again, a lot of stuff going on in this one. I love The blitz, and again, I think just loves clock sped up and all that. We don't need to go through that anymore. I feel like I've said enough words on that one. So let's talk about this one here because this one is interesting and the throw is really fun. So this is the last offensive play of the game for the Packers. 4th and 10. They got 11 personnel. They're going to be running. I mean, a current favorite of the LaFleur era. We did not really see it until Love came in the Eagles game. It's a concept called spin, or I've seen called spin. I don't know what the Packers call it. Rodgers didn't really run it. Love apparently was not super comfortable during that Eagles game, and then has become comfortable with it because it's been a staple for them. This is the only time they ran it in the game. The way the Eagles defended it is a little different from what we've seen. They don't bite on it that hard. We'll look at it. It's going to be incomplete in the middle of the field. And Love kind of has to change up and makes, a dynamite throw. Just an absolute dynamite throw. They got to get to the sticks here. So that's 35. So here we go. He's going to read this out. Got pressure. Throw that sucker just past the sticks. Beautiful throw. In fact, let's just watch the throw real quick, just so we can orient ourselves with the play as a whole. Remember this sucker. Look at that. Arm angle drops. My goodness, like guys dropping all over the place. It's a timing throw. It's a rhythm throw. Beautiful. Now I say timing and rhythm throw. It's thrown off a little bit. So we will look at that because what they try to do with this concept, as I rewind the tape, you got a hook defender. You got a hook defender, a hook receiver. And you've got this in cutting route over the top. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring this guy. You're pinning this guy down on the hook. You're just wrapping this dig over the top. You'll see him do it that fairly tight motion over the top. You cut right off of that. You run right over, right past that guy. And as he's coming out of his break, Love's throwing the ball, hit him right there. It's a beautiful little concept. Packers have had some really nice luck with this. And again, it's the only time they run it in the game. I think maybe because of the way the Falcons are playing them, they really were trying to take away the middle of the field. So I think some of their middle of the field stuff they were trying to do, they kind of scrapped in the game plan or just didn't really put a whole lot of it in, just due to how the Falcons were playing them. Those linebackers aggressively trying to take away the middle of the field. The guy that you were really looking at here is the hook defender. Is again, what you're trying to do is bring him down. You're bringing him down so that you can wrap the dig over the top. And again, this is timing. This is hit that back foot. You read that guy. He's down. I throw that sucker. He doesn't really move. And we can see that kind of alters the timing a little bit. Bang, right there. That's usually where you throw the ball. But you can't really because your hook defender is not hooking. You need to wrap this around. This is done. Toure did a good job of getting inside leverage on that guy like he needs to do. Wrap that around, attack the middle of the field. But it's not quite there in the timing you want it to be there because that hook defender isn't really biting there. So Love then, instead of just 1, 2, 3, bang, ball's supposed to be out. Ball's not out because now you got to wait another minute. He takes that slight little hesitation. Wait till you get around because you need to make sure because if this guy's driving underneath, he's going to undercut that ball. Now, an interception right here doesn't kill you. It's 4th and 10. It doesn't matter if you throw an interception, but you also don't want to bat it away. You're still trying to complete the pass. You don't want that guy undercutting the throw. So you got to wait a beat. Wait till you know that guy's not driving underneath. He can't drive underneath. Love takes a little bit. Pressure up the middle. Right there, right in his face. Love right in the face of a dude. Adjusts arm angle. Throws that sucker. Beautiful throw in timing. The hook defender is now breaking down on the ball. So you've got that window to throw it. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Again, staple of this offense. I think they called it a catch on the field. Maybe I can't remember if they did or not. And then it was overturned, or I can't remember if there was some kind of conference or something. But again, that hook defender, you want that dude biting. And he doesn't really bite. He stays in place, even backpedals a little bit. See, because he's looking for that vertical. So usually that ball's out. Watch those feet. Doom, 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 bomb. Then just throw that sucker out. He can't. He's got to wait. He hitches up. While he's hitching up, that defender who is coming off, I think, a twist off of Runyon. Runyon gets taken out by this because for the twist stuff, you got the middle twist here. There's the crash in the loop. That crashing takes out two. That takes out Myers and Runyon. Myers kind of tries to block him. He falls. Runyon gets his knees taken out from underneath him. Hitch up. You're now stepping into pressure. You got this dude off the edge flying as well. He's coming into pressure. Love sees him. Adjust the arm angle. Get under the arm. Look at that. Adjust that arm angle. Get under the arm. Musgrave's there. He's selling just enough to get him. That gives Toure just enough room on the inside. Outstretched hands. Just you can't place it better than that. off of that rhythm throw that is slightly disrupted due to the way the hook defender is playing. And the ball, unfortunately, Toure cannot hold on. That's the last play of the game. Falcons need it out. But again, still a fun play, and that's a concept there again that the Packers have been running a lot of, and we will continue to see them run a lot of. And I thought it was interesting. They didn't go to it all game. They went to it in a big moment, and even though the timing was thrown off a little bit, Jordan Love was able to adjust, take that extra hitch, take that extra beat, make sure that window is going to be open, and then in the face of pressure, just an absolute dime of a throw, middle of the field, place only his receiver could get past the sticks. It's a shame that wasn't caught because it's hard to throw that ball much better than that. I thought very, very impressive for Jordan Love there. So I'm not sure if I'm doing another video this week. We will see. Maybe past the time where people care about this. But either way, thank you as always for watching. I will talk to you next week.